Yo, what it do, YouTube? This is your brother, J International, tapping back in once again. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, I am currently driving and I am at work, but I got to get this video out to y'all. So is the United States the best place to live in 2025? And in my opinion, as someone who's traveled to 6 continents except Antarctica, who spent a fair amount of time outside of America and actually experienced other countries outside of just a tourist experience, been to multiple countries, I would have to honestly say the question or the answer all depends on your economic status. On your economic status. If you are a poor person, if you are poor and you want to, let's say you want to stay poor. Let's say you just want to stay poor. You lack of ambition. You have no goals or no intentions of ever being poor. You just want to be comfortable being poor. I think as far as I know, there is no better place than the United States to be poor. And that, as of right now, is because of all the social programs that the United States have. You can be poor in the United States and be obese. I haven't seen any other place where you can be poor and be obese. Not in Africa. I'm not sure about Europe, but definitely not in Mexico, not in South America, and not in Asia. In my experience, if you're poor in those countries, you're going to be looking like one of those infomercials with the flies on your face and the big belly. Like, ain't no social programs out there. You out of luck if you ain't got no family to help you out. But in the United States of America, you can get your EBT and they'll load that with food stamps and a little bit of cash aid, but depending on your situation. If you're a single mother and you got children, you get more. But if you're a single male, it won't be that much. You'll get the bare least amount. But you'll get a card and you can get food stamps, get it loaded with food stamps and money. And you can eat. Nowadays, a lot of fast food restaurants do take EBT. So you can not only, in the past, it wasn't a lot of places that took EBT, but I guess now that these fast food restaurants are realizing the economic situation of a lot of Americans, now they are making allowance for EBT purchases. So you can go to fast food restaurants and you can get food from the grocery store. And this is how you're able to be obese, by eating unhealthy food, unhealthy cheap food. In addition, with that EBT card, you can go and get a free cell phone. A lot of these free cell phones, if you got an EBT card, it gives you access to a free cell phone. This is why you'll see somebody in America, nowhere else, on the corner begging for change with a cell phone in their hand, scrolling through their social media. So you can be, man, that's a hefty one right there, boy. You can be homeless, have a cell phone, have access to all the unhealthy food that you want, and also you can get government insurance, Medicare, Medi-Cal, and if you're lucky enough, you can put yourself on a list, but Donald Trump is trying to get rid of it, to get Section 8 housing, which is basically free housing. So there's no other country as of right now in 2025 in which to be poor. Now, if you're rich or got a little wealth, then I would say no. Because for one reason, the way they tax in the United States, there are countries where they have better taxes on wealth. As a matter of fact, there are a few cases. I think the guy, one of the guys that founded Facebook or whatever, one of these social media platforms, after the IPO, he denounced his American citizenship and went abroad to basically a country that was like a tax haven. No taxes on capital gains. So if you're wealthy or have a little bit of income or even middle class, if you're making like $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year, even $40,000, and you are able to have a remote job, and they're getting rid of that, the U.S. is not the best place for you to stay. Why? Well, let's break it down. If you're making $40,000 a year, even as a single person living in one of these metropolitan areas, it's going to be very hard for you to survive, even then, alone, right? Because the cost of living is skyrocketing in places like LA, Chicago, New York, the Bay Area where I'm from. You can't survive on no goddamn $40,000, not even $100,000 as a single person. You're going to be struggling. You're going to have to take up a roommate. You may have to even live in your damn car. So if you have the option with your $40,000 and you're working remotely to move to Thailand and get your VPN set up, get your good internet set up, you'll be living like a king. We hearing all these stories about condos for $500 a month. Where are you gonna get a condo in the United States for $500 a month? You can't even go to Buttford, Arkansas, and find a condo for $500 a month. But in Thailand, you can, and you can eat the best food. You can have the greatest amenities, access to massages whenever you want. Like, it's no comparison. So if you have some money, the United States, or even, like I said, making $40,000 a year, the United States is not the best place to be in 2025. I'm sorry, because you got to work all day just to survive. You got to work. So you literally, nowadays, you're going to have to take up 2 jobs. So what's the point? What type of life do you have if for 16 to 17 hours a day you're at work trying to make enough money just to survive, just to exist? You can go to a cheaper country. There are a lot of options. And if you're able to work remotely, you'll live like a king, a queen, whatever. So another point I want to touch on is the violence. United States ranks as one of the most violent places according to the global index as of 2025. It's up there. It's very violent here. You never know when it's going to be a mass shooting, a mass stabbing, or someone is going to run somebody, run into a crowd with a car. This is the reality of the United States now. And don't forget it, and don't even talk about the dating market. Oh, it's trash. It's in the dumpsters. It's in the dumpsters. Especially if you're a single person right now, a heterosexual single male, The United States is like the worst dating market for you. It's like the worst dating market in the world. So, the violence, the high cost of living, the lack of opportunity, I would say the United States ranks very low. But if you are a poor person, if you are poor and you want to remain poor, the United States is the best place for you to be. And evidence of that is all of the immigrants that have come here, the low-skilled immigrants that have come here just for those reasons, just to take advantage of all the free money and all the free things that are given to people in poverty, that choose to remain in poverty. Because, and this is another point, if you're making $40,000 a year, you would think that person's in poverty. And by the cost of living, they technically are in poverty. But you couldn't go and apply for government assistance. Why? Because you make too much according to the income thresholds. So you can't even apply for government help. You make too much. So this is why, if you're dirt poor, if you want to remain poor, that's the only way you'll get help. And that is the only way that the U.S. is the best place for you to be, if you're dirt poor. Outside of that, I would suggest, in my opinion, getting up out of here. And no place is perfect. No place is perfect. Every place is going to have its pros and cons, especially if you have the skin color. But there are some places that are better. A lot better. So with that being said, this is your brother Jay International. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I will holler at y'all later. Peace.